LAKEY, and today I wanted to share my MEPS and hotel experience. I was dropped off at the hotel by my recruiter. Once I got there, I had to go to the game room lounge area and had to go there. I had to sit there and wait to go to the next room to be debriefed because there was already a group. So I got there kind of early. There wasn't really that many people there, but eventually people started coming in. So once the first group came out, we all went to the room to be debriefed. So the debriefing, they're basically discussing the rules, what time dinner starts, the cutoff time for dinner, what time we need to be back in the room, and what time we need to be downstairs the next morning. And then once you finish going over all the information, then you get your key card and your meal ticket. So once I got my key card and meal ticket, I then went up to my room. My roommate was already there, but she wasn't in the room for the time being. She was a little bit older, and I noticed when I went to MEPS, I was like one of the youngest people there. But yeah, she was really cool. She was going to the Army. But once I got situated in my room, in the room, then I went downstairs to socialize. And if you know me, you know I'm an introvert at times, But I wanted to go downstairs and socialize instead of sitting in the room doing nothing. I feel like me going out and talking to people or anyone, if anyone does this, you'll have a better experience. And you never know what you can learn from someone or what impact you can have on someone or what you can help that person through or what you could teach that person. So I went downstairs, talked to people, and then I had like a little group. It was a girl going to the Marine Corps and a guy going to the Army. So we walked around, we went to the gym area, and we went to the pool. Do not go to the gym and work out really hard and be sore the next day, and do not go swimming because that will mess you up the next day when you go to MEPS. So after that, we went to go get food. So I ate the little chicken tenders and fries. My food wasn't that bad, but a lot of other people was complaining about their food. I think some of the other options were hamburgers, pasta, regular salad, and they had chicken salad. But yeah, my food personally was good. So the next day, me and my roommate both needed to be downstairs by 4 a.m. And when we got downstairs, we had to line up along the wall. So when we got down there, this lady with a cast iron arm, this funny lady, if you went to the same hotel in MEPS I went to in Florida, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She gave us this huge debrief about everything. And then from there, we ate breakfast. The breakfast was nasty. And then they told us not to drink orange juice or coffee because they say it will raise our blood pressure. So after that, everyone was still talking and loud. And then when the buses came, everyone just got silent. And then when we got on the bus, it was just dead silent. Everybody was staring out the window and looking at each other. So we got to MEPS around 5. So a MEPS stands for Military Entrance Processing Station. So as soon as we got there, we got off the bus. They separated us by our branches, and then they separated us by if we were shipping out that day or if we were going through the process. So after that, we got another briefing outside, and then we went in and went through security. So once we went through security, we went to our liaison's office. So I went to the Navy liaison office, and then I went to Navy liaison office for paperwork and fingerprints. And then from there, I had to go back to the briefing room. In the briefing room, they're basically telling us the rules again: no drugs, no weapons, to report anyone being disrespectful, for you to not be disrespectful, and to report any sexual harassment. So from there, they took us in groups to the back, and I got lucky. I got put in a fast group. So from there, I went and I took the vision test, and then I took the colorblind test. The colorblind test basically is different color little dots with a number in the middle, and you basically have to read that number off to them, and you're on a timer. And then after that, I took the depth perception test. So that is like 5 circles in a row, and You have to tell them, basically tell them which one stands out to you. And you're on the timer for that also. So once I did that, I took a breathalyzer test and I took the hearing test. For the hearing test, I had to go in this big box machine thing, and I sat on the stool facing the wall with headphones on and the clicker in my hand. So every time I would hear the beep noise or the buzz noise, you're supposed to mash the clicker button in as hard and as fast as you can. And after that, I was supposed to take my urine test and pregnancy test, but I couldn't because I couldn't pee. So I had to keep drinking water. So they let me go take the blood test. So during the blood test, before the blood test, the man asked me, have I ever fainted, been dizzy, been lightheaded? You say no, unless you really have a serious health problem, because anything could prevent you. He also asks if you ate breakfast that morning. So it felt like hours later, I was finally able to pee. For the urine test, the stalls are open. So the nurse watches you pee, and they want to make sure you're not using anyone else's urine or mixing anything in it. So once I finished, I had to give the nurse the cup, and she took some of it and put on the pregnancy test. And then I had to give the lady behind the counter my cup. So after that, after she did something to it, she gave me the cup back and I had to pour it out. And I had to stand there to wait. They wanted to make sure I wasn't pregnant. But since I drank so much water, I had to go back 5 times to pee. But I'm glad I was able to pee, because if I wasn't able to, they was going to stop my process and I was going to have to come back and start over. And I forgot what time we had. It was a certain time we had to pee by. And if we didn't, we had to stop. So I'm glad I was able to. And then from there, I took my physical test. So the first part of my physical test, the doctor went over my medical paperwork. So the medical paperwork is basically, you fill it out again at MEPS, but it's basically the same thing you went over with your recruiter. So everything should line up, everything should be the same. So everything should have been disclosed with your recruiter before you got to MEPS. So don't lie, don't change anything up, don't be nervous making up stuff, don't do any of that, because that can prevent you from joining. So she went over the paperwork with me, asked me questions just to make sure everything was true, and then I had to strip down. I had a breast examination, and then she also checked my lady part. So it's really quick. They explained to you, she explained to me what she was going to do, and then from there, and in your bra and panties, you go to another room with a group of girls. It's like through a door. You go through a door right to the next room. It's like connected to each other. So you go through that, and then you're in that room with the girls, and then you do like they check your height and weight first, and then you do like little joint exercises with your fingers, your wrists, your arms, your hands, stuff like that. Just easy stuff. You have to do something with walking on your tippy toes, and then you do the duck walk. So it's all really easy exercises. So after that, the lady congratulated us, said we all passed, and then from there we had to go to our liaison's offices. So when we left our liaison offices, by the time we went to our liaison offices, it was time to go to lunch. So we went to lunch first, and then we had to go back. And I had to wait a while to pick my rate. So once I picked my rate, I had to go get questioned again. They asked me legal questions to make sure I wasn't lying, to make sure I didn't have any court cases or any type of legal information. They asked me all of it. And then they also did my fingerprints on all of my fingers. And then from there, I had to go back to my liaison's office. And then from there, we went to a room next to the ceremony room. We had another debriefing in there. We signed our unofficial contracts, and we also learned some facing movements. And then we went in the room next door, and then we swore in after. That's it for today's video, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a comment, like the video, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!